Hi everyone, welcome to Washoe County Library's first ever virtual summer reading adventure kickoff party. We are so excited that you joined us today. Now, let's visit with some of our friends and see what they've been up to. Let's see what Norman the Gnome has been working on.
Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm going to show you how to make dragon's egg. And first, you start with an air dry clay that you make at home using just cornstarch, baking soda, and water. You cook it on the stove and then you knead it together, and then you can use it while it's still wet, or you can wait for it to dry overnight. So I did it both ways. So here's what it looks like wet still, and you can see I'm still waiting to do that egg there. It's all nice and wet. Some of them I formed into an egg and I let them dry overnight, but you can also mix food coloring with this so you can get a color of an egg. Then the other supplies I used were glue. I found some puff paint I could use. I used some paint to mix together to make gray. I used buttons to put on one. And I used these really sparkly sticker sheets here that I cut these little sparkly things apart one by one. And it was very tedious for me, so I hope you find a better way to do it. Some of the other things I used is I went to my garage and I looked around in there and I dug through all my little drawers and my junk drawers and everything. And I found old furniture tacks, and I'll show you what those look like on it. But other things that, don't forget to check for things like nails and things like that, because you can stick those in when the clay is still wet and then let it dry overnight and then paint it later. So the first one I'm going to show you is I dyed it blue and I let it dry overnight, and then I used puff paint on it. And then I cut apart some of these blue stickers here and the gold ones, and I just put them on there. And then look at that one. I think that one is just spectacular. Here, I'll bring it close so you can see it. Isn't that great?
Wow, Norman, that egg looks fantastic. Now remember everyone, we will post the instructions in the comments below. Let's pop over and see what Tanwen's been doing.
Hello and welcome to our virtual summer reading kickoff party. My name is Tanwen. I am a dragon. See my dragony eyes? See my dragony eyebrows? See my dragony teeth? See my dragony wings? So first thing we're going to make today is our own fire-breathing dragon. So you're going to need a tube, some tissue paper of various colors. Hello, Zelda. How are you today? Zelda's come to visit us. And then you can have either red or green or even a white sheet of paper to cover your tube. Now, I have red at home, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to use my glue stick. And I am going to glue it onto my tube. So I hope you guys are having a good end of school. I'm super excited. I wish that we got to have this party in person, but I'm super excited that we get to have it here and now. So I'm just going to glue this on here. If you have any excess for any reason, you can, of course, just cut it off. If you don't want to, you can just take it all the way around and leave it. So now you have a red tube. Now our next thing to do is to make some fire for the front of our tube so that we can breathe fire. So I'm going to just use some tissue paper I have at home. If you only have white, you could color it with some red crayons or markers if you have those around. So I'm just going to cut out a few flames that I will tape on the inside. So I'm just going to cut some long, maybe things that look like giant teeth even, but they'll look like flames once we get them put in there, I think. So you can cut a bunch at the same time, or you can cut two sets of them. I'm going to go ahead and cut two sets, just so I have a couple of different shapes. Well, hello, Zelda. Zelda does not like me being a dragon today. Okay, so now I've got two sets of flames cut out. Super cool, getting going. Now you're going to glue stick these guys in at one end of your tube. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue stick on there, and you can put as many or make them as long as you want or as short as you want. Now, I didn't make them very long. They're maybe 4 inches long, but you can make them longer if you want to. So you're just gonna glue them at the end. Okay, so I've got my flames all glued in there. Now we need to make some eyes and some nostrils for our dragon. As you can see, I have eyes and some nostrils. So the easiest way I like to do it is to fold my piece of paper, should have started with, in half. And then you have it, and you can just cut 2 eyes, and I just cut like giant, roundish circles with a flat bottom. So I'll show you why in a second. And then 2 smaller, like a little mountain, and then 2 smaller ones that we're gonna use as little nostrils. And as you can see, our big bad wolf has joined the picture. Say hi, big bad wolf. There she is. Daisy. There she is. Daisy, our big bad wolf. All right, so now here are nostrils and here are eyes. So you can just draw on there a little nostril, just a little round dot on each one. And then your eyes, you can either, if you have some jewels or some fun like little things to stick on there at home. I don't have any pom-poms at home or any jewels. So I am just gonna draw giant eyeballs. And my dragon's eyes are gonna be slightly peaked. I'm gonna put a little tiny